秒殺による決着という衝撃の試合が続出する中、この日のメインイベントは始まった。そしてその結末にはさらなる衝撃が待ち受けていた。船木が敗れたのである。勝者ウェイン・シャムロック。旗揚げ戦で実力を見せつけたシャムロックはその後も快進撃を続ける。高橋、フケ、ウッドラーと容赦ない攻撃で次々と勝利を奪っていった。シャムロックの快進撃をこのまま許しておくわけにはいかない。そしてついに鈴木が挑む時が来た。
あいつはだからね、日本人選手を連覇してきてますから勢いっていうのはすごくあると思います。僕は結構今冷静なんで、だから今本当そういうプレッシャー自体をあんまり感じてないというか、絶対に勝つんだろうというよりも絶対に負けないっていう気持ちの方が今強いですね。俺は負けられないんだっていう気持ちよりも負けないって今思います。
Wayne Shamrock vs. Minoru Suzuki.
And Suzuki coming into the ring with the trademark black towel, which we talked about last week. A very impressive Pancrase record thus far, 3-1. And I know we also mentioned it last week. He is a video game character. Tekken also did the motion capture for the game, and I guess the producers found a pretty good guy to pick for their.
Well, Suzuki is a really well versed not only in submission but pro wrestling techniques such as suplexes and strikes and the whole nine. So if there was anybody that could give you pretty much anything you needed as far as a movement goes, Suzuki's your man.
Now he's going to need to be on his A game today because he's going to fight Wayne Shamrock, who is 4-0. Now he did fight in a UFC bout prior to this, losing to Royce Gracie. But Josh, I want to ask you, going from Pancrase to UFC, shuttling back and forth with the rule differences, is it a tough transition?
I think it was more of a mental transition for Ken than anything else. And really, I'm one of the firm believers that Ken Shamrock within Pancrase was near unbeatable. Outside of Pancrase, I think that he probably had more difficulty with maybe pressure or stress or the different environments. But I tell you what, if Royce had fought Ken within Pancrase, it would have been a different outcome.
And right there, Ken Shamrock, very aggressive to start. This pace is very rapid, Josh. We don't usually see this.
No, and Shamrock failed the lateral drop attempt, Suzuki in the clinch, but I got to tell you, it's going to be tough work for Suzuki to get Shamrock off his feet. A very hard guy to take down indeed.
A lot of muscle out there, as I can see. Both fighters in terrific physical condition. So if this match were to last, I'd say both fighters have enough to go the distance.
Certainly, but I think that the strength advantage is going to have to go to Shamrock. He's got the weight as well, but Shamrock is an incredibly strong individual. I think he has posted like a 500-pound bench press at one point.
And Shamrock's got Suzuki in a rear mount. Now Suzuki has his head turned from Shamrock. This is a position he does not want to be in.
Well, he's trying to keep his head buried, so not to give Shamrock something to reach across with the face lock or the choke. And he's going to stay there, and he's going to hand fight with Ken for a while. And I think he's going to just sort of ride this position out and maybe look for Ken to make some sort of big movement, get an opening, and maybe look for his escape or a submission attack.
And Ken Shamrock, adopted by Bob Shamrock, has a very tough background, bouncing from juvenile hall and foster homes. I think he's got a lot of pent-up anger to release, and Pancrase seems to be the perfect place.
Well, that seems like a likely story, and Ken, no stranger to fighting, actually made some money early on by doing tough man bouts and was giving a nickname of One Punch for his ability to knock most of his opponents out in one punch.
And while he does have that great punch, he is also a very great guy on the mat, submissions especially, and he almost got the choke in, but it looks like Suzuki survived that.
Yeah, Suzuki is going to be very wise to something like a real basic attack, a real basic entry into a choke, or the arm lock like Ken is working right here off of his back. So I don't expect Suzuki to get caught in such a basic technique. However, I think Ken is really going to be aware, needs to be aware of the heel hook and the ankle locks right now that Suzuki is inside Ken's guard. Suzuki is an incredible leg lock technician, and Ken is no stranger to the heel hook himself. He's made it a staple of his, but Suzuki's not the kind of guy you want on your ankles, and I can attest to that from training with him.
And what exactly did Suzuki do to you, Josh?
He tried to take my ankle off and shove it down my throat when he was done with it.
How did that taste?
Well, luckily I keep my feet pretty clean.
That's a great answer. And maybe trying to do this thing with Shamrock, but not now. He's going for the arms.
Yeah, he's working the wrist lock. I think maybe he's really just trying to pull Ken into the center of the ring and maybe use it more like a feint. As you can see, Ken's leg there, his left knee is bandaged up, so maybe not 100% coming into this fight.
And with that full guard, can to an extent control Suzuki's body position.
Right, as long as his legs are locked, he's gonna be able to keep Suzuki in position. But the minute that guard breaks, he's in danger of Suzuki attacking the ankles.
And I think Suzuki was getting a little annoyed with that guard. He tried to take Ken Shamrock's leg off him, unsuccessful though.
Yeah, Ken's very powerful indeed, and so he's gonna have to use a lot of technique as well as quite a bit of muscle to get Ken to let go.
Suzuki now in the side control, working on the arm of Shamrock.
Double wrist lock attempt on Suzuki. Going to be tough to get on Ken. Ken being very aware of it, keeping his arm straightened out, not allowing Suzuki to grab his own wrist there. Suzuki certainly going to stay in position as he feels very strong there.
Now this fight started at a furious pace, but has since slowed down. Do you think the fighters are being a little bit cautious because they know just how good their opponent is?
Well, there hasn't been a lot of really big openings for either one of them to sort of fly off the handle and go into any sort of submissions or strikes at this point. But between two masters of the ground like this is very typical. It's more like a chess match right now.
Suzuki has the mount on Shamrock.
Again, working the arms, cross-facing, trying to get Ken to give up an opening. Working kind of a neck lock there to not a very high percentage move, but certainly one to get Ken to move.
And a nice quick reversal by Shamrock. What did we just see there?
Nice. That was just a perfect bridge.
And that's all we're going to show for now. You're going to have to find out the conclusion of what happens after the break.